Hi everyone, welcome to Crypto with Jess and Jade. I'm Jade and this is Jess, and we're so excited to finally be bringing our channel to you guys, which is focused all about cryptocurrency and blockchain. We've been talking about this for a while now, and we just wanted to thank everyone who's helped us out from New York, giving us advice and just your support while we've got this off the ground. So we're going to be doing a bit of research into different projects, new coins. We're going to be interviewing people on the channel and also doing some coverage from some of the conferences either we're attending or some of our friends are attending. So we're really looking forward to just being a place that you can come for just the latest news in what's going on in the space really and what's going on in the market. So obviously today the massive news is Facebook's coin, which has been spoken about for quite a while now. So that's Libra coin. And Jess, I know you've been doing a fair bit of research into that today. You've read the white paper. You've been in some discussion forums. So can't wait for you to fill me in on that one. We're also going to be talking about Binance and just how they've had to restrict their US customers and they can't service them anymore. And then we're going to talk about the huge partnership between MoneyGram and XRP. So that was really exciting to hear earlier in the week as well. So yeah, just fill us in. What have you sort of read? What have you learned about Facebook's new coin today?
Okay, so basically the white paper and everything was released yesterday, 18th of June. Yeah, there was, it obviously caused a lot of discussion on Twitter, on Facebook, all of that. People have concerns, but just to give you a brief rundown of what the whole project is. So Libra is a cryptocurrency that's going to be minted on the Libra network, which is basically going to be backed by a basket of financial assets called the Libra Reserve. From what I've read so far, it's going to be released early 2020. We'll be backed by assets denominated in 4 fiat currencies. So we've got the euro, the pound, the US dollar, and then Japanese yen.
Okay.
And according to its white paper, it's backed by a non-profit organization called Libra Association, which will serve 2 main functions, basically to govern and oversee the Libra network and then manage the reserve that keeps the value of Libra backed by real-world assets. And yeah, the reserve is supposedly going to comprise of a basket of low volatility assets structured to keep its value relatively stable. So basically similar to a stable coin. So with it being a stable, I want to say stable coin, there's no upside to buying it. However, unlike a traditional stable coin, it is slightly volatile due to the exchange risk, obviously with the 4 different currencies, fiat currencies. So 1 Libra is not 1 US dollar because of its basket of currencies. So, yeah, that's just a point to note. There's lots of people saying, what kind of returns, all of that. It's pretty much going to be relatively stable. And you're basically within the next 18 months, I think Libra will be incorporated into the Facebook ecosystem. Will be built around Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and then obviously Facebook itself, whereby Calibra, which is the wallet, will also come into the interface. So yeah, like I said, Calibra is the wallet for Libra and will be launched as a standalone mobile app, and then obviously will also be incorporated into Facebook Messenger and then WhatsApp.
Okay. So yeah, you told me this morning that you had quite a few people comment when you sort of shared your thoughts on the coin. What happened?
So I put out a post on Facebook, on our group on Facebook. So about a year ago, obviously crypto ads, blockchain ads, all that kind of stuff was pretty much banned on Facebook. So
I remember.
So I said the guy who goes and bans cryptocurrency ads on his platform goes and launches a crypto project. I mean, he clearly FOMO'd into the whole crypto space. So I said that, and people obviously agree and they disagree. I also mentioned something about it being a centralized shitcoin.
Yeah.
Which
Did you call it that?
Yeah, people were a bit, I didn't really know what to say. There was a couple negative comments. I had a lot of people agreeing with me.
Okay.
But I suppose, you know, everyone has their own opinion on it.
Yeah, well, it's crypto. Everyone is like rather opinionated in the space.
Yeah, very, very opinionated. So I usually keep my opinion to myself, but I mean, I find it kind of funny that, you know, it was banned. Crypto ads were banned on Facebook, and now they go and launch their own project. So I just had to have something to say. But yeah, I mean, it's quite cool. You know, Facebook is the first of the big tech companies to launch a crypto, but I don't think it's going to be the last. And I think
definitely not.
Yeah, I think although there are lots of negative comments about the project, I think it's a good, like, it's sort of a good thing what they're doing. They're bringing huge attention to the crypto market, which is
100%, yeah.
What we want, what we need. I mean, if you think about it, Facebook has something like 2 billion accounts, and now they're all exposed to crypto. And that's just crazy.
And it's not only the exposure that just their users are getting, but even today, like I even put it on Twitter, my grandma messaged me this morning and said, oh, turn on the news. Like, she's nearly 80. And because she's heard me talk about crypto a lot this year, you know, she's heard it, and yeah, she sort of like put everything in the text. I thought it was really cool. But about 4 people have contacted me in the last 2 days who have been people that are not crypto people, don't understand it, and they're sort of saying, oh, have you seen this on the news? Facebook's new coin. And yeah, so it's bringing massive attention, which is amazing. It's definitely needed. But it's also, like, if you think back to when you started investing and, you know, everyone's called it a scam and it's not real money, and like a lot of people don't see the value in it, I think it is going to be a mental shift for a lot of people, actually bringing them into the space and teaching them how to set up a wallet, teaching them how it all works, getting them spending it, which, as you know, I didn't start spending crypto until this year in a big way. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Yeah, and not all of them are obviously going to use the coin, but you're going to have a substantial number that do, even if just a percentage of those people actually start getting interested, and then that leads them on to doing more research about, you know, other cryptocurrencies, about Bitcoin, about blockchain technology, and it brings more people into the space. I mean, that's massive, and that's going to be very, very beneficial for the industry.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely positive news for the week, even though it is centralized and it's a stable coin and all sorts of things. But I think overall it's positive. But yeah, it's funny actually reflecting back to when I first started spending crypto, and I remember getting asked by like my sister and a couple of friends, can you do a quick like 30-second video and show us how you actually make a payment with crypto, of literally just scanning the QR code and sending the payment. And what I was going to ask you was, is the Calibra wallet, like, how is that going to work? Is it going to be the same as a traditional crypto wallet?
Yeah, so pretty much you'll be able to send and receive Libra. You'll be able to send it to people, receive it from people. You'll also be able to top up and withdraw from your wallet. So you can transfer fiat to the wallet, and then you'll be able to withdraw fiat as well. So fiat, Libra, fiat currency.
Yeah.
And then also, I think as time goes on, they're hoping that you'll be able to pay for what we would call as everyday transactions with this kind of wallet. You know, they are partnering up and collaborating with many companies. So I think that's the long-term outlook. So yeah, that's pretty much, it seems like it's gonna be a very, very easy wallet to use. And I think that was essential for them. They had to make it easy, especially when you're exposing, like, call it 2 billion people to
Yeah.
that they don't fully understand. It has to be easy. So I think they've nailed
And
it.
older generations as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, thanks for doing all that research. But yes, I guess we'll move on to Binance and what's happened there. There's been so much big news this week, actually.
Yeah,
But
it's been crazy. I feel like this week alone has brought in so much exposure to the market than the part. I don't know. I feel like just this week alone, people have really looked into crypto. They've heard about crypto, they've heard about Bitcoin, they've heard about, you know, all these different projects compared to the last couple of months. Obviously, during the bear markets, there wasn't much.
Well, that's it, because prices have been exciting again. I think maybe FOMO's just starting to kick in with some people as well.
Yeah,
So
there we have it, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but no. So what I didn't realize with Binance was that 60%. I don't know if it's 60% of their clients or 60% of their volume is from the States. So
I think it's 60% of their customers that use Binance are actually from US based, which obviously is a slight problem with
a slight. Yeah, so that's been, I think it's been a bit of a long time coming for them, where they've had to, finally they've submitted to, you know, pressure from US regulation, and they can no longer service their US client base. I know they're also going to be cracking down, really, you know, doing their KYC, like checking all of their accounts, their existing accounts, updating their terms and conditions. So that's a fairly big move for them. But
yeah.
I know that they are going to be starting a new platform that's going to be based in the States, adhering to that regulation as well. Yeah. So US customers can no longer go to Binance.com, but they'll have to go to the new platform. Who are they partnering with? It was, I can't remember the name. It was like, BAM Trading Services. So I'd never heard of them. That's who they're partnering with in the States. And obviously they're not going to have, they're not going to have the variety of coins that is on Binance.com, that's for sure. So yeah, it's a massive restriction for them.
And there was also a lot of talk about people saying, well, maybe we can just use VPNs and all of that, but they're really going to clamp down on the whole KYC process to the point where even a VPN won't be able to work. So I was expecting a huge dump to occur for Binance, like BNB, but I mean, it didn't. Nothing really major happened.
It was about 10%.
Yeah, I don't even think it was that. I can't remember, but I mean, it wasn't as big as I was expecting, because, like we said, with the user base being 60% US based, now having to make that shift, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think even the drop that it had, it looks like it's already recovered from it anyway. So yeah, it hasn't affected it too much really for that kind of news.
Yeah.
But and then so other big news, I remember I was actually, because you and I are on different time zones, I woke up, saw XRP had jumped. I mean, it wasn't significant, but I just didn't know what had happened overnight because it was my morning time. So I asked you, and you sent me about them partnering with MoneyGram. Yeah. So I was expecting the price to really keep jumping quite substantially, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It sort of had less than 10% and it's come back down already.
So, I mean, it was a pretty big deal. I mean, a $50 million partnership is pretty big. But I think the major problem was they released at the wrong time. The very next day was obviously the whole Facebook thing coming out, Libra coming out.
That's true.
So although it did pump, like, call it 6-7%, I think if that whole Facebook thing didn't happen the very next day, it could have continued. That it would have been more talk about Ripple, would have been more talk about the partnership, but instead everyone shifted their focus to what was happening with Libra. So I think that took away a massive amount of publicity. Although it is a big partnership, unfortunately, I think they released at the wrong time. I could be wrong. Maybe people didn't think it was as big of a deal as we thought, but yeah.
But if you look back at, any other substantial announcement that Ripple have made in the last year, like their prices have moved substantially, and it has gone on for like a week at times. So I was kind of expecting a bit of a pump like that. But at the same time, people don't want to liquidate out of Bitcoin at the moment either. Like no one's wanting to sell their Bitcoin right now. So yeah, I guess that's probably playing a bit of a part in it. But what I didn't realize was MoneyGram, because I hadn't really ever looked too much into it, but so they're a top 3 global remittance provider, and they're doing 600 billion in remittances per year. So yeah, for them to have partnered, so they're going to be using the X Rapid platform that Ripple provides. So it's big for both parties, because I mean they're going to be providing just the scale for Ripple. They're in over 200 countries, trading over 120 currencies.
Yeah.
So that's really going to, allow sort of, I guess, Ripple to leapfrog off that and use their established network. But then, yeah, obviously, they've got issues with settling on a daily basis. They've got so many providers worldwide in all of those countries, in all those currencies, where they're having to, like their partners worldwide are having to pay out and receive money for MoneyGram, and MoneyGram then have to settle that night. So I guess they've got quite a few inefficiencies with that. It's slow. It's, it's relatively expensive for them to do all of those settlements on a daily basis. So by using XRP, and I guess using blockchain technology, that's really going to speed that up quite substantially for them, where they can, allow them to move money in real time as they see the daily demand coming in. So yeah, I feel like it's good synergy there, and it's one of many partnerships that Ripple have in the works at the moment. So I know there is a lot of XRP haters out there, but I mean, there's some pretty solid news coming in, and, all these strong partnerships, and with them building their network so rapidly. I mean, I find it pretty exciting to watch the project and watch the prices.
Yeah. I was never really a fan of XRP. I think a lot of people have such negative outlook on it that it sometimes can influence your own opinion. When some of these major influencers on Twitter and all of that, they never really have anything positive to say about XRP.
No.
So it obviously can influence you in your opinion. I haven't really done enough research to form my own substantial opinion on XRP. To be transparent, I've invested in it, but I mean, I even think some of these people that bash it have invested in it.
Did you invest because like FOMO?
So
or you just wanted to diversify a little bit?
So I mean,
Pardon?
I invested in 2017, and it obviously it pumped like the whole market did. And everyone was super excited, but I mean, I bought in relatively late, so I'm still pretty much holding on to it. So yeah, FOMO.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so like I hope, and I really, well, no, I don't hope. I think FOMO's like starting to kick in for people again, but we don't want another bubble. We want prices to go up, obviously, but yeah, I guess the prices do need to be more sustainable. So yeah, everyone's talking now about this potential of getting to 10K. Like, is it going to be this week? It's a huge deal if it does. because that's just a massive mental shift taking us back to 10. Do you see the market correcting from there and coming down, you know, up to as much as 40% as some people are predicting? Or do you think it's going to be enough to take us past 10 and sort of switch us into that momentum of people getting excited again?
So I think if we can have like a solid breakthrough 10,
Yeah.
it needs to be backed by a substantial amount of volume. I think we could see it continue. Personally, I'll watch what price does at 10. But I think also with this whole week of a decent amount of news coming out, we could very well see an explosion through 10.
Okay. Fingers crossed for that. Hope so.
Yeah. And what do you think?
I agree with you. I think it's going to keep going. The alts are really dragging at the moment though, so I hope they kind of pick up a little bit as well. But like I said, I don't think anyone's wanting to sell their Bitcoin right now. People are just trying to accumulate as much as possible.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the same time, we are in a bit of a bubble because like everyone I talk to now is just, you know, like they're the people we've been hanging out with at conferences and things like that. So I don't know about other people who don't take it so seriously, or they're not dealing with it on a daily basis. There's a lot of people who have bought who, you know, they might only look at it twice a week, once a week. So yeah, I'm only talking to select people on a daily basis. But yeah, fingers crossed. I think we'll get to 10K within the week.
I hope so. I think everyone was anticipating a break lower. I think a lot of people were secretly hoping for it in order to buy more. I know I was. But we didn't see that. So I mean, it's exciting times with everything that's obviously happening in the market. I think, you know, this year and next year is going to be huge.
Definitely, yeah. 2020 is going to be a big one. That's for
obviously
sure.
We're coming up to that Litecoin halving. I think it's in 50 odd days. Haven't checked. So it'll be interesting to see what obviously happens to Litecoin. And then next year we've got Bitcoin halving. So yeah, like I said, very exciting times.
Definitely. So yeah, like it's great to actually finally be doing this channel with you, and it'll be really cool. So obviously if everyone can subscribe, like it, write in the comments, because we'd love to hear what people would like to hear on a daily basis. Or we're not going to be putting the videos out daily to begin with, but what you'd like to hear. We'll put the videos out consistently, and then as we sort of get going with it, we might start doing it more regularly during the week. So yeah, if there's any projects you'd like us to look into, or if you'd like to be on the channel, we've got quite a few people we've got lined up already, who are going to be covering a range of topics. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy them and you get something out of them. So it's been great. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, girl. We'll chat soon, and hopefully these markets keep pumping.